So we're going to Halloween Horror Nights tonight. I don't know if I said that, I think I did. And we went to one of those express booths. And we just did it. We bought the express pass for after 11, so we've now got express pass for after 11 to be able to do the houses again and not feel stressed about it. We are going to go and wait in the weekend, like sort of holding area anyway, because we want to do that one again, and that was a good one. That was probably our favourite one, I'd say.
Yeah, it's worth saying as well about if you are thinking about doing just normal express, it's worth doing it early because
in advance, because he
sold out.
Hang on, sorry, we went the wrong way, so I had to stop. What were you saying?
I'm saying it's worth thinking about if you're thinking about getting the normal fast passes.
The express pass,
do it
yeah.
Before the day, because both times now we've tried, they have sold out.
Like we've tried a few hours before the event opens and they've sold out of the normal one. They've still had the after 11 one, which is worth bearing in mind. You can buy that before 11, so you can purchase it in advance. You just obviously can't use it until after 11. Yeah. So that's the one we've got. They had the unlimited one still left actually as well, but that was like $200 a person. So yeah, worth bearing that in mind.
So how much have we paid? We paid 95.
This was 96 including tax per person for the after 11 one, and that's when you can use it for the houses once each. So we'll see how much we get done with the express pass, because actually now we can, well, the express pass after 11, because obviously we haven't had an express pass before. We managed to get everything done in 2 nights without express passes. See how much we managed to get done with the express pass.
Let's see.
Make good choices. When you get put in the pen, sit on a wall, because otherwise you're gonna regret it in an hour's time. Also, we didn't have this last time. The park map. So that shows all of the haunted houses, all of the scare zones, the couple of shows, where the shopping is, the rides that are open, and the map. I'll take a picture and insert it here. It's 5:30 and they're letting us through. So they do let you through much earlier, so it's worth getting in those queue lines, those holding areas. So we're actually just going to queue for this one first. We haven't used our fast pass, express pass yet. We're just going to queue for this one because from this point I'm not anticipating it to be more than about 10 or 15 minute wait from when it opens. What time did we join the Stay and Scream zone? About maybe like 4:15? So I think it was 4, no I think it was 4. But you can see how close we are to the front. The queue starts there and we are literally like right at the front, so we're not going to wait more than like 5 minutes once this opens. Just to give you an idea, the house has just opened to the first people. We're just out of the weekend. You felt it was darker?
Than all the other ones, yeah.
It's a really good one. I think last time, because it was the first one we did, I didn't really properly like take it all in, and then I kind of forgot by the end. But actually it's a really good one. Like, it's so different to the rest of them. It's not like your usual scary stuff. It's just like, it's just really weird. Like how he comes up with these things in his head, I don't even know. Look at the queue for that, it's barely any queue. So yeah, like definitely recommend. It's like so good. Like I'm not surprised that has the biggest wait times, are you?
No.
Like it is literally just, I think, as I said, if you haven't watched our previous Halloween Horror Night vlogs, basically it's like his behind the weekend's mind of like how he came up, like what inspired him for the After Hours album. And it's so messed up, like that guy is so messed up, but it's so good. Like definitely recommend that one, and definitely a good one to do first because I think it generally on the whole gets the like longest queues like the whole night. So yeah, a good one to do first. We usually head straight for this one next, the Universal Monsters Legends Collide, because it's next door, so as you get out that's the one you come into, and there is no queue for that at the moment at all, so maybe a good one to do second. We're just going to pop and get a drink, and we probably will do that one second without express. Obviously we can't do express pass until 11, but if you do have the express passes that are like used once or whatever, don't use them for the first couple because the queues are not big enough to warrant it. So wait until the queue's bigger and then you can do it on those. So this one we would use, if we had an express pass that was used now, I would not be using this on Universal Monsters Legends Collide. I'd use that later and just queue up for this one because this one's got no queue. It's not worth using the express pass for. But yeah, we're just going to head and get a drink. The other thing to bear in mind is quite a lot of walking on these horror nights because the all the houses are like outside of the Universal Park. They're all in like warehouses and stuff, so bring some comfortable shoes. Imagine you're coming for the day in the park or whatever, still bring comfortable shoes and stuff, because it's a lot of walking. I reckon we sometimes did more walking in the Horror Nights than we did in the park itself and during the day, like, so just bear that in mind, because it is a lot of walking. I'm gonna head straight into the Legends one. It's saying a 10-minute wait, but when we just went past, it was not 10 minutes. I reckon it'll be a walk on, but we'll see. There's still some people in front of us. The time is 5:56, so that just shows it took us, what, 10 minutes to get to the front of the queue. It took, no, sorry, about 15 minutes to get to the front of the queue in the weekend, do the weekend, and get to into the queue for Legends. So this is what I'm saying, don't waste your express passes at the moment. Yeah, the queue definitely come for the start. Like, the queue times do get worse as the evening goes on, and then as the evening draws to a close, they do get slightly better, but the best queue times are always right at the beginning. So I would advise going right at the beginning, to be completely honest with you. I think that's the best time to actually come to the Horror Nights, is right at the beginning, to get in the houses for the best queue times. People come later because obviously when it's dark it's spookier, but if you're just, if a priority for you is just getting all the houses done, come at the start. Also, the smell of Halloween Horror Nights, if you know, you know. That smell of like smoke, it's horrible but so good at the same time. Something you miss. Right, so in Universal Monsters Legends Collide, I read up that a different monster wins every night of the, like at the end of this. The whole point is that they're fighting, kind of like having a battle between the mummy, the Dracula, and, no, mummy, a vampire, I think it's just a vampire, and the werewolf. The last time the werewolf won, but a different one wins every night. Ben's calling Dracula tonight, or the vampire tonight, we'll see. Yeah, as I suspected, definitely not a 10-minute wait, absolutely no queue. It's going to be a straight walk on. Okay, we're just out of Legends Collide. Ben called it. It was the vampire that won, it was Dracula. Dracula won. I think that one's got quite good like effects and stuff. Like, there's a lot of like quite cool settings in that. So
there's also a couple of tight corners with sort of like,
they easily scare you. Yeah. It is really good though. Like, I actually quite like that one. That one did the same one bit at the beginning. There was like a mummy, and the same bit got me again. Like, I just won't learn. I just won't learn. But yeah, it's got quite a few like good sets and stuff like that. And there's definitely quite a few good scares in there as well. Like, I think as well. So it's a good one. Like, it wasn't in my top 5, but I think it's still a good one. Like, it's apparently they're supposedly like fighting over a, like, what's it called, like a medallion or something, and they all want it, and then yeah, it changes who wins each time. So that time it was Dracula and he was holding the werewolf's head, but yeah, it's different every night, so it's quite fun because it changes. You don't actually know like what, there's a like changeable part of it, so yeah, that's good. And it was a walk-on, which was amazing. So we're now just gonna quickly get a drink and then we'll continue on round. Right, we're just going through right, we're just going through the I think it's the Scarecrow scare zone, and that's fucking terrifying. We're just going through the Scarecrow scare zone, so we're gonna go and get some dinner at Fig and the Finnegans. That's terrifying. Some of this is actually much scarier in the day than it is at night, because you can actually see the detail in these things' faces. God. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at this. Incredible. Yeah, that, I reckon that wasn't there before. You're right, I reckon it's because of the rain. Yeah. He's on stilts, that's why the stilts go away. This was on stilts as well then. Lord above. This guy's on stilts as well. It's like about an abandoned farm where the scarecrows and stuff have like come to life, but they're like evil, and yeah, whatever it is in the farm, they've just come to life, and it's like an evil curse has come over the farm, and yeah, they're horrible. I think it's because the weather is good, but the stilt people are out, which I don't think they were before, which is really good because we didn't actually get to see the stilt ones. They're much scarier when they're on stilts. We're just gonna go and get some dinner, I think, because we've obviously have no pressure because we've got the express pass. I think we're going to try and get dinner early because the restaurants got really busy as it got later. So I think we're going to try and do that first, and then we will move on and maybe go and see the first show, which is at 8 o'clock. Yeah, if you want to maximise your time, don't go on Transformers, but we are doing that now because it's only a 5-minute wait. But definitely don't be doing the rides at the beginning of the night if that's the way you want to maximise your time with the houses. But yeah, 5-minute wait, so on we go. This is a bit naughty because I'm not meant to be filming, but we are literally on this ride on our own. So it's complete walk-in and there was no one else there. That was so good, wasn't it? Like Ben said, not many people can say they've been on Transformers completely on their own on the ride. Like I don't think there was a single other person even going around when we were on. So good.
We should reiterate, if you're here for the mazes,
yeah,
do Transformers.
No, definitely don't. But
It's not the right crowd.
because this is like our 3rd night and we've got express, we're a bit more like relaxed, which is quite good. Just popped in Finnegan's and it's a scanny menu, so we're just gonna have a look at the menu. So what we've got the starters. It's kind of like, as far as I can see, it's kind of like an Irish American kind of place. We've got salads, we got salmon, beef, bangers and mash, pot pie. It's quite homey food. I'm actually not that hungry, so I'm not sure I'm going to have all that much, but this is definitely a good time to have dinner, like earlier on, if you don't want to waste loads of time later, because everywhere gets really super busy. Ben's gone for the Finnegan's chicken, and then I have just gone because why not, and just because I can, and I'm still a bit full from lunch and I'll eat stuff in the cars, for this apple caramel bread pudding, which sounds absolutely incredible. So I've gone for that one. So there's the Finnegan's chicken, which is basically grilled chicken and mashed vegetables, which is nice. And then this is the bread pudding. Just finished in Finnegan's, what did you think?
It's nice actually, yeah.
It was really nice. To be fair, I'd say that's one of the better meals we've had, so I would 100% recommend Finnegan's. And also not massively pricey. I mean, like, everything's pricey, it's a theme park, but not like outrageous. So yeah, good. Thumbs up from us for Finnegan's. Look at these. Where? Oh yeah. Cute. Coffin. Oh, the ghost macaroon as well. Yeah. All the music ever is just super loud, so sorry about that. But we've decided we're going to go watch the show now, so it's about 20 to 8. I'm hoping we're still going to be able to get reasonably good seats. But we're just going to working our way up there. But we're just going through the sorceress one. I don't know what it's called. Oh, ah. I thought your idea was just get started. It's not yeah, it does like a show thing. Not all the time, but Jesus. I think that one's quite a good. I think that was quite a good scare zone because it has like smoke and stuff, so you can't see behind the smoke, and therefore, like, it's more scary when something jumps out on you. But also the costumes in that one are really good, so I think that's quite a good one. Yeah, I was trying to describe what it was. It's almost like a sorceress has done like a curse, like an evil thing, and brought all these kind of creatures up from the depths of like hell. They look like orcs, they do. Some of them do look like orcs. So yeah, that's quite a good one.
It's worth saying that it looks much lighter on the camera than it actually is.
Yeah, it does. It's actually quite dark now. It's probably to do with the settings on my camera for like letting light in. But it's yeah, it's actually quite dark now. But it does look a lot lighter. But it does get much scarier as it gets darker in the scare zones. Right, so this is what it is. Halloween Nightmare Fuel Wildfire. So it is on, as far as I'm aware, there you go, 8 PM, 9:30, 11 PM and 12:30 every night. Okay, we just got out the show again. Love that show, so good, isn't it? It's 25 minutes long and it is just packed. Like the choreography is just incredible. Like they must plan that so far ahead. It's just so good.
Yeah, I'd say it's a must given like.
I'd say it's a priority. Like you 100% have to fit it in. Like it is amazing. So good. It's basically, it's wrapped around the story of a guy who's like having a nightmare, and like literally having a nightmare, and his nightmares are kind of all around him, and then eventually he joins the nightmare, like he becomes part of the evil. And yeah, it's just incredible, like the production around it. There's fire, it's very adult themes. Do not take young children, I would say. And yeah, it's just incredible. Fireworks, like everything you could want in a show is so good. Right, we're just gonna have a quick stop in Moe's and maybe have a drink and just some aircon, because I've actually got a really bad headache. I don't know if it's because the sun was just really hot and it was like beating down on us earlier, especially when we were waiting to go through to the weekend. And I don't think I drank enough, and I've taken tablets but my head is still banging. So I'm gonna try and just get some aircon for a bit, try and plough on, because there's no way I'm missing our fast passes. Ben's got a chocolate milkshake, which you can't actually suck through a straw. It's so thick you have to actually like use a spoon.
Yeah, that's so nice.
They are really good.
And not that expensive, are they? $3.99?
$3.99, yeah. It's pretty large actually. The milkshake, not bad. And I got a Mr. Teeny, and this is definitely bigger than last time. Like before it was a tiny little cup. This is like a massive thing, so I don't know how it works, because this is just it's just a standard size. So yeah, $4.49 for this, and it's like a pineapple juice. I want to say pineapple, apple, and blue curacao maybe. Right, it's about 10 o'clock now. We've decided to just come and bide our time kind of in Diagon Alley, just have a wander around, because obviously there's not a lot of point in waiting for anything when we've got in an hour's time the express pass. So I think we're just going to have a wander around Diagon Alley and then basically just bide our time until 11, when we can start using the express pass and just do a round of the park. So yeah, we're just going to go to some shops and stuff. Got these what is this called, like an ornament in Sugar Plums. It's got a chocolate frog on there and like the backing card that you normally find chocolate frog with. I think so. That's $24. And then they've got these, I don't know how well this is going to come off on camera, but they're like backing sheet. It does actually. You can see it kind of moves like they would in the chocolate frog card. They've got like Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, and they're $24. Got a Borgen and Burke shirt here. How much is that one? $30. What else have we got? We've got a Death Eater mask, which is like, you know, if you fancy looking like a Death Eater. Some people, that might just be what their cup of tea is. $30. It is like Hollister in here. It's very dark. Borgen and Burke jumper. How much is that? That one's $55. There's Bellatrix Lestrange's Death Eater mask. They've got a Dark Mark lanyard as well, if you're of that side. How much is that? So I think they're about $17 or something. They've got all the spells on this one. It's a funny colour though. $35. Right, so the interactive ones are $63, which actually is not as bad as I thought it was. Just start at the front of the park and just do a big circuit. God. He's out! The pumpkin lord is out! That thing is absolutely terrifying. Right, starting now. It's 3 minutes past 11. Well, it's 3 minutes past 11. But we're going to start right here. The start is back there. The beginning of the park. The pumpkin lord is over here. And we're going to start with Hell Block. Okay, so this is Hell Block, and it's standing at the moment at a posted time of 45 minutes standby. We're out of Hell Block. I reckon we queued 5 minutes for that one. So that's a 5-minute queue as opposed to a 45-minute standby queue that was posted. We are now, so that one is basically where it's like a prison setting where you have to detonate a core in the middle that basically the core is allowing all these weird creepy things out of it, I think. And they want you to detonate the core, and the whole thing is based around detonating this core to get rid of these horrible like creatures from the depths kind of thing. So that's that one, that's done, 5 minutes down. We're at 11:15 and we're moving on to the next one. Hell block out of 10.
I'd say it's a decent one. I'm going to put it at sort of a 7.
I'm gonna say 6.5. 6.5. I'm gonna hedge my bets. Right, next up is Halloween, which is posted at 70-minute standby wait. So Halloween it's just based around the movie Michael Myers, Halloween. Not really, a lot really more to say about it. It's the movie thing. It just came out Halloween, out of 10.
I would say
I'm gonna go solid an 8. I'm gonna go 8. It's good. There's a good few jump scares in there. Like definite few jump scares.
There's also a little bit of a sort of mirror maze in there, which is a little bit trippy if you
yeah, it's a good one. There's a definite few jump scares, so I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10. And we waited 15 minutes as opposed to the 70-minute posted wait time. Next up, Fiesta de Chupacabras, posted at was it 50 minutes?
50 minutes.
50-minute standby wait. So this one is based around a village, a kind of like South American village. Thank you. One of their kind of festivals is like to a chupacabra. So they need to sacrifice to give to the chupacabra, which is basically like a big wolfy creature. And we are the sacrifice. So the village people are after you, they're all masked up, and they are coming to get you as their sacrifice to the chupacabras for this festival. So that's what this one is based around. So we'll see how long. Okay, so just out of Fiesta de Chupacabras, out of 10.
I would say, given it's got quite cool scenery and a couple of good animatronics, I would say an 8 overall, but in terms of scariness, on a scariness scale, I'd say it's probably a 6 or 7.
I'm actually going to go with it. I'm going to go high on that one. I'm going to go with a 9. I think it's really good. Like the whole story, like the whole everything about it. Like they have some really cool settings, like and the animatronics they have and stuff like that. Like Ben's right. The jump scares aren't so much in that, but it's more about the whole experience. So I'm going to go in with a 9 on that one. I think that one's a pretty good one. We're now in the queue for Dead Man's Pier Winter's Wake, which is posted at an 80-minute standby wait. The story behind this is basically the captain and his crew have been washed away to sea, like they've all died, and there's kind of like a ghosts and things like that. They've all come back to life, and there's ghosts and there's a siren and stuff like that. So it's all kind of to do with the fact that they're haunting this ship basically now. So yeah, that's the story behind it. This one I remember has an incredibly good setting, so I think I'm going to rate it high. Okay, Dead Man's Pier out of 10.
Again, it's another one with amazing scenery, like loads of work gone into it. Like also some actually quite good jump scares as well. Some of the costuming. I'd say it's probably a 9.5 for me.
I reckon I'm going to go in. I'm going to go that. I'm going to give it a 10. That's my house of this Halloween Horror Nights. It's amazing. The set is beautiful. It's got like jump scares. Like it's everything about it is just great. Like it's such a good house. Like 100% my #1 top house. So the wait for Dead Man's Pier was about 20 minutes.
Usual suspects, the pizza skull and the RIP cake pop. Both of them are really good, as you can tell. We've had them multiple times. So just gonna have a quick break and have some food.
Right, we're just queuing for Blumhouse now. It's posted at a 50-minute wait. 50-minute wait. It's split into 2 halves. The first half is Black Phone, the film, and the second half is the first half is Freaky, the film, and the second half is Black Phone, the film. And as far as I remember, there's a lot of jump scares. Blumhouse out of 10.
I'd say in terms of thrill design of a scale, it's got to be a 10.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 because it's got probably the most jumps in it, but it's not like the best set wise. Right, next one up is Spirit of the Coven. It's posted at a 25-minute standby wait. It's basically about a kind of speakeasy place where it's kind of run by witches that run off kind of like, they get people's blood and like make their potions from people's blood. And they start off looking all nice and like beautiful, and as you go through the house they get uglier and uglier to their actual selves. Okay, so we waited probably 5 minutes for that one. What do you think out of 10?
It's quite
gonna say 7. Okay, so I guess about an hour later now, half an hour later or something, we are now back at the hotel. The time is 2:10. We left about, I'd say about 1:30, would you agree? 1:30, maybe like 25 to 2.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were starting to leave, and we had done basically all the houses that we had wanted to get done. So the only ones we didn't do tonight were Descendants of Destruction and Bugs Eaten Alive, and both of those we didn't really like last time, so we weren't fussed about doing them again. The other two we didn't use the fast pass for were the Weekend and the Universal Monsters Legends Collide, because it just wasn't necessary at the time, because it wouldn't have got us on any faster when we first got to the horror night. But I mean, we will rate those ones anyway, so and as a general whole, you were looking at, with the express pass, waiting about a quarter of whatever the queue time was showing as being. Would you agree with that? It was roughly about that.
Roughly, yeah, between like a quarter and a fifth maybe.
Yeah, so that gives you an idea of what the time you can save with an express pass. I don't think it's very difficult. I think you can do, with an express pass, with a normal express pass, you can definitely do all of the houses, do all of the shows and everything. I would say easily, probably. I think with the express pass that kicked in after 11 PM, you can probably still get all the houses done if you literally go at it like one after another and get everything else done before 11, so all the shows and everything before 11. It's still probably going to be quite tight. I don't know. Having done, I think you manage to do it if you've already done a couple when the Friday night first opens, the horror night, sorry, first opens, like we did the Weekend and Legends. If you've already done a couple, like as soon as it opens, you'll easily get the other 8 done, I think. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think if you only have one night and you can get it express, it's the way to do it, really, honestly. Like, that's the only thing I can suggest, is that if you've only got one night, you do express. As far as the other houses go, the Weekend is, I think, yeah, I spoke about the Weekend, but it's basically, yeah, his thoughts and the thought process that went into making After Hours his album. What would you give that one out of 10?
I'd say an 8.5.
I'd say an 8. I'm gonna give that 8. It's not really, it's like one jump in it, so, you know, it's not very jumpy, it's just kind of unusual and different to the other houses and all of that, so for that reason it's quite good. What about Legends? So Legends is the one we spoke about, the mummy, Dracula, and vampire, and the werewolf fighting. What would you give that out of 10?
I'd probably give it the same. I'd probably give it an 8.5 for different reasons. I like the fact that the story changes as you kind of go through.
I'd probably give that more than the Weekend. I reckon I'd give that an 8.5. It's got quite a few jumps and it's quite a good story, and the fact it changes, like Ben said, and the fact that it's quite a good set as well. Like, it's not my favourite, but it's definitely up there. As you can see, we're looking a bit different now. I just wanted to end this vlog, it's the next day now, as you can tell, but yeah, I just wanted to end the vlog I started last night. So obviously we spoke about Legends, and then I think we went to bed. It was really late, it was like 3 AM by the time we got in. So the other two we didn't do yesterday, which were the Descendants of Destruction, which is based around a kind of disused New York subway system which has been overtaken by creatures of the depths. This is becoming a theme here, isn't it? These creatures, and yeah, basically they're just out to get you. We were not a fan of that one last time, to be totally honest. I'd give that one maybe like, I'm gonna say like a 4 out of 10. Didn't have a huge amount of scares. It was a bit of a strange concept. Wasn't a fan, really. What would you give it out of 10?
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 5. Like, it's not awful, but it's not.
It just was not, yeah. And then the only other one is Bugs Eaten Alive, which we didn't do either.
which is based around a sort of, it's like 1950s I think, where they have created a bug kind of repellent that has gone the opposite way and is making all these bugs like massive and huge and everything like that. And it plays definitely on a fear of like holes. You know that fear, what's it called? It's like trichophobia or something, where people have a fear of holes, because a lot of people have these holes in their faces and stuff like that that are coming out, which is pretty, it isn't great, it's pretty horrible. It is quite gruesome at times, but I just thought it was it's a bit disjointed, a bit odd. Like it wasn't really for me. Again, I'd probably give that the same. I'd probably give that one like maybe a 4 out of 10. It's neither of those would be my priority. I'd go to other ones first, 100%. But yeah, no, we had a great time. Like Halloween Horror Nights is going to be, I think, a staple for us now if we come at this time of year. Like we won't come without going there. We've had a great time there and everything. One thing I was going to mention is when we left last night, when we got the Uber, obviously we got the Uber from the city walk on the top level of the car park, which is where the Ubers go. And this is where it was really worth having both Uber and Lyft on my phone, because I checked both of them as I do every day. I checked both the Uber and Lyft kind of platforms as for prices, and I put in Uber and it said, because obviously of surge prices, because everyone was leaving because it was the end of the night. Yeah, Uber was saying $52, $53 to get back to French Quarter, and Lyft, as I said, do that thing where they go, if you want it in 5 minutes, if you want it in 10 minutes, if you want it in 15 minutes, and then it's like different tiered prices basically, yeah. And it was like $30 for the if you want it in 5 minutes, and then if you want it in 15 it was like $25. So I've learned as well with Lyft that it basically makes no big difference between 5, 10 and 15 minutes. If you click 15, it will still give you like the closest one. Like, don't quote me on that, but it just, in my experience with a couple of times I've done it, when I've clicked 15 minutes, they've literally been like there within 2 minutes. So yeah, don't quote me on it, but I think that might be that it makes no difference. I guess in my opinion, I feel like it's just a money making thing. So yeah, we ended up paying $25. We paid like less than half of what we would have paid if we'd gone with Uber to go with Lyft. So that was one of the few situations this holiday where Lyft has been a lot cheaper. Yeah, so that's just to bear in mind. But yeah, Halloween Horror Nights, definite thumbs up from us. I think overall, obviously we didn't manage to get all the houses done, but we weren't intending to, because obviously we had done them all before and there was a couple that we weren't interested in. We did all the other 8 houses though, and obviously the express pass helped us get those other 6 done. So there's definitely a way of doing it, and as I've said previously in this vlog, you have to, I would make the most of the first sort of hour, the first hour of doing the Halloween Horror Night, because all the queues are much less than they are later on in the night, because I think people aren't there yet. So take that time, make the most of those first couple of hours, and then obviously once you've got the express pass, if you're doing the after 11 one, then you can fit in like 6 houses at least, just after 11. And that's almost, we stopped as well for some food and things like that, so you know you can easily fit it in. But yeah, fundamentally you're always going to get more done with more. So like if you can get a normal express pass, if you can get the ultimate express pass, whatever it is, you're always going to get more done. Of course you are, but it's just a financial thing. If you can't, you know, it is very expensive, and that is in the end why we just went for the after 11 one, because we thought, well, we're only here for one more night and we wanted to get the maximum amount of stuff done that we could. So yeah, but it worked well for us, and we had a great time. So 100% we would be recommending Halloween Horror Nights to anyone. And yeah, I think that's, do you have anything to add?
No, well worth doing.
Yeah, well worth doing. So obviously, thanks for watching this vlog. Apologies for this bedraggled appearance, because we've just been into Typhoon Lagoon. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see the rest of our holiday and to see everything else that we upload. We do travel vlogs, not just Florida vlogs. And yeah, hit that bell icon for when we next upload. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.